Hey, it's Rachelsey 101. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hot 96.9. This is Kelsey from Rachelsey cousin. Hey, guys. Hi. That's not it. Kelsey at the movies.
Yay?
Yay.
Yeah. We watched an actual movie that we hadn't seen before.
What did we
Murder
watch?
on the Orient Express. This movie came out
2017 or 18?
It's got to be a couple years ago.
Relatively,
we never saw it. If you've watched our Knives Out review, I'm not the whodunit kind of thing. Isn't always my thing. It has to be kind of spectacular.
not even if it's like a spectacular whodunit movie like Knives Out or Rachel likes.
I still don't get it.
Everybody else in the world loves that whodunit movie except Rachel. Everybody!
I don't get it.
What?
Anyway, I find them like a tad boring.
Right. This is not your thing.
But I'm still intrigued by them. This one took place on a train, and there's a murder. It had a lot of stars in it, right?
It did. It had an all-star cast.
Daisy Ridley, Michelle Pfeiffer, Dame Judi Dench.
Kenneth Branagh.
He was the director, creator.
And he was in it.
And he was in it? Okay. I guess I don't know what he looks like.
I guess you don't.
Penelope Cruz.
Penelope.
Probably missing some people. I mean, definitely missing some people.
There's a lot of people in there.
There was a lot of people.
Oh, this person's in this movie.
People were super excited about this movie when it came out.
Yeah, I remember. I was excited.
The trailer came out. People were really excited. And then...
a movie with all these stars can't be terrible, cats.
Actually, that's like the key for me to know a movie's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, Valentine's Day, those movies, New Year, like there's these... Anyway, terrible. This movie, though, then there's that like time period, but like you hear about a movie, then it comes out for like critics, and then it has its wide release. It was right when that time it came out for critics, and I was like, it just didn't do well, and so we didn't see it. We didn't see it at the theaters, but it was available via Hulu, and
we were bored, so we decided to watch it. Long story short, we watched the movie.
We watched the movie. Kelsey, go wait or skip.
Skip it! You know what? If you skipped it this long, go ahead and just skip it for the rest of your life. It's what I should have done, and I made a mistake that you shouldn't make. You don't have to make the same mistake I did. Learn from me, I beg you.
I'm going to say
lose my knowledge.
Skip, but I'm bordering on a wait, because there was something in the movie that I thought was done very well. But it was the only thing, and it's kind of
Was it the lighting?
No. It was kind of... So it's like skip, but like it's definitely all a quarantine wait. Like you're bored. There's no other movies coming out, guys. You can't go see a brand new movie.
Yes, you can. You can watch the new Mulan movie, the Disney movie. You're going to buy it on Disney Plus for $30. And that's a new movie. So
you
know, testing that out.
Families with kids out there are totally...
I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it twice.
And then guess what? They're going to watch that movie like 100,000 times in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to work. If you buy it for $30, do you get to keep it, or is it like a...
No. Like if you buy it, you buy it. Now it does seem like a cheap price for buying it.
For a brand new
So
movie?
like when Trolls World Tour came out, I think that was like $20 to like see the movie at home. Which makes sense to me.
Do you get to keep it, Trolls?
No.
That's what I'm saying. The Mulan movie is
so
brand new.
you're essentially renting it. It's like a theater rental, like in-theater rental. So they have like different... If you're buying this one, then you get to keep it. Regardless, you get to keep it or keep it for 30 days. Whatever it is, you parents out there are going to see it 100,000 times. And that would be like the first reason for me to never spend like that money on renting movies like that.
Right, because you're a Grinch heart.
Yeah, I'm a Grinch heart. Back to Murder on the Orient Express. Spoilers. Definitely spoilers because this is a murder mystery. So don't, if you haven't seen it and you want to see it.
Legitimate spoiler here.
Stop it. What?
I was preparing for your spoiler.
Oh, okay.
I'll say this. This movie immediately upon beginning, I was like, oh, this movie's going to be terrible.
There was something about it. So it takes place, I want to say like in the 30s.
I was like, I already hate the main character in this movie, and this movie's going to be terrible.
He was likable, guys. I don't know why Kelsey hated him.
He was...
The first, like, 60 seconds, you thought he was awful. Like, you thought he was just a mean, like,
No, he was
particular.
just
But then he was, like, kind of... But it was really hard not to compare him to Sherlock Holmes. And I was like...
Then just give me Sherlock.
I know, I was like, we already have an awesome detective who can solve any, like, mystery. It's Sherlock Holmes. You mean to tell me that there's also this guy, Hercule Poirot?
Poirier. Dustin Poirier? The diamond?
No. Poirot?
Hercule.
They didn't say it. Anyway.
Poirot.
I got kind of... It was hard not to be hung up on that throughout the movie.
We're still hung up on it.
Yeah, obviously. So, it also had, like, it was... I don't know, it was something that the way the movie was set, like the time period, that it came off very, like, costumey to me.
Yeah.
Like, you knew it was set...
It was like a...
In a... I don't know, there was something
I've
weird
never
about
been to,
it.
like, a dinner detective, like, play thing. It reminds me of that. Like, it was like a game, like
a murder mystery game.
Kitschy game of Clue. And it was like, alternate title, like, weirdos on a train. Like, a bunch of weirdos on a train that, I don't know, just didn't seem like real people. They seemed like just weird little characters that were too character-y.
Caricatures of, like personalities, like, or types of people.
Yeah, I mean, you're right in that it wasn't, like, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen.
No, not
like,
that long shot.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely, like, they had a good budget, had a good cast, and the story existed. I mean, it was a story that existed. So, I don't know. It's just something about it when they put it all together, it didn't work.
And I would say I could put that stuff to the side. This isn't Sherlock Holmes. This is kind of... It's set in a weird way that's not fantasy. So, like, if you watch his movie, his Cinderella movie, it's, like, beautiful, but that's part fantasy because it's based on a fairy tale. This is not based on a fairy tale, so it seemed odd to me. I could push that to the side and get down, like, okay, like, let's get into the mystery, like, who did it? But, guys... The ending of this murder mystery, I was like, give me a break. Like, I thought it was just cheesy.
It was cheesy, it was lame, and it was kind of a cop-out, and the whole, like, morality behind it was dumb.
Yes. So, basically, huge spoiler, they all did it. They all had a connection, a tie-in to a murder that had happened, years ago. And they all had a reason to want to seek revenge on this person because they loved, like, the people that died that were affected by this, and they all did it. And the cheesy part was, like, then when you, like, they unfold it and you get to see it, like, play out, like, in a flashback, they took turns stabbing this guy. I was like, what?
Whoa.
They all took turns stabbing a man? I mean, it means, like, when you're the last person, you were just stabbing a dead man. Like, wow. I was like, how traumatizing is that? Like, the whole thing. I was like, so all these people went through this? Like, that was really hard for me to believe. Like, not everybody out there in the world will commit murder to satisfy their, like, revengeful desires. It's a hard thing to do. And I was like, all 12 of these people did this and followed it, like, exactly so that it would unfold in this specific way that only this, like, brilliant detective could solve.
Only this brilliantly annoying detective could solve.
I found, like, the whole premise of that annoying. I also thought, wait a minute, so this movie's telling me. So at the end, the detective... Basically, he's like, you'll have to kill me because I can't tell a lie. Then at the end, he turns out that he does. I don't know if he tells a lie, but he says something.
He does tell a lie.
Yeah, he does.
He tells the cops that somebody got on the train and killed him.
Yeah, and it circles back to the beginning where he's like, there's only right and there's only wrong. Like, he's very black and white. And by the end of the movie, he's like, there's gray in the world. I get that, and I agree with that. There's, like, things are difficult. But I was like, this is, like, your turning point where you have, like, that, like, you learned that. You allowed 12 people to murder somebody for revenge, and we're like, that's good. There's nothing I've learned in life that's like satisfying your revengeful desires is the way to go. That's a universal truth.
Yeah, because this is
it's not.
We didn't get to see the real end of the movie, the real story. We just got the end of the movie, and it's like, whoa. But then if you would play the tape for the rest of those people's lives, I bet there's a lot of consequences to their actions.
Right.
That they at the end of their lives would have been like, I wish I hadn't done that.
Yes, exactly. And I felt like this movie was selling revenge as like, yeah, it's okay. And not just revenge, murder. Like, because, the guy, like, he was a murderer.
He's bad.
And he's still a bad guy, too.
It's just stuff that it's pretty, like, basic, fundamental truth, whatever you want to call it, is that kind of thing just causes more of the same thing.
Yeah, violence begets violence.
Yeah. There is no satisfaction in that.
Hate begets hate.
Not really.
No, and it was
promises that.
Crazy to me that that's like what this was selling. Now, I said there was one thing in this movie. Now I'll say two things. If you thought about everything we just thought about, then maybe this movie is worth your while. The second thing that I thought this movie happened to do very well was that it brought up a lot of emotion that happened from the original murder. So the one that happened outside the Orient Express years ago. He abducted a young girl, then murdered her. And then the mother and her not yet born baby sister both died as a result of that. A maid died from committing suicide because she was being pegged as a murderer. There were these other things that were all connected, and the pain in the lives that one single act affected. I thought the movie did a good job showing that.
Yeah.
But that's a lot to grab. I don't know.
I go to the movies for entertainment.
Worth your while.
And this movie was boring. And at the end of it, I was like, well, I feel trolled by this whole movie. And it's lame. And it was lame.
The ending was
all the other stuff I said about it was just stuff that was like, well, then I spent this time watching it, and all this is dumb. So
yeah.
That's why I say, skip the movie.
The actors, I thought they all did a great job playing their parts. It was excellent. Mm-hmm. I thought the production value, it looked like a really, big budget. Like they put time into it. It wasn't done with like a home video camera or something. Like it was good. Except for, the ending. Yeah. Anyway, so there's our review of Murder on the Orient Express.
On the Orient Express. And I have a pipe now. Murder!
And a monocle.
And a monocle. I have dual monocles.
Glasses.
No, but they don't connect. Okay. They're dual monocles. So that one's constantly falling off my face, which led to the invention, ultimately, of glasses. I love it.